Hello everyone, Phil here from PCGamesN. I'm joined by Jordan.
Hello!
And today, wow, crikey.
I'm sorry, that was...
Today, Jordan's excited everyone because Paradox have just announced a new World War II strategy game called Steel Division.
Normandy 44.
Yeah, not Steel Battalion as I've been calling it all week because that was an Xbox 360 game from many years ago.
With mad controllers.
Yeah, no mad controls confirmed with this. So what this is a sort of historically accurate strategy game as you might expect from Paradox. It takes the sort of authenticity thing a bit further than what one might expect, Jordan.
Yeah, it's an RTS and not like a grand strategy. It's not turn-based or anything, but the focus very much seems to be on historical accuracy. So it's taking the Battle of Normandy, all the big beach landings, all the Spielberg stuff,
Classic Spielberg,
and just focusing on that rather than trying to do all the battles from World War II or anything. And as such, it's got like famous units from the era. So and the particular battle, like the 101st Airborne, and a few specific like vehicles that were used in that era too.
Yeah, so although it is an RTS and rather than a sort of grand strategy or anything turn-based, there are phases to the combat as well. So from what we understand so far, you have a sort of a currency which allows you to spend on a certain number of units in each phase, right? So in phase 1, you will have basically enough currency to put together a few recon units, some infantry, and perhaps some light tanks, right? And the second phase is where you'll be able to roll in things like your heavier tanks and bigger machinery. So as well as it just being the sort of, it's not going to be command and conquer is what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, so the phases work on a time basis, and I think they tick over every 10 minutes. So there's 3 in total, phase A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, the first phase is recon units, light units, things to really like get across the battlefield as quickly as possible. And then I think every minute you get more points.
Yeah, so by the final phase, you're accruing a lot of points, like a lot more points per second or whatever than you were in phase A, but everything that you want to roll into the battle at that stage is a lot more expensive. So these will be the sort of special, unique infantry units. The other element of all of this, the thing that sort of stands out as making this a bit of a unique strategy game, is that you're controlling a division rather than an entire army, right? And each division will have its own absolutely historically accurate, units, right?
Yeah, and so I'm not sure exactly what the breakup on that is. I know they said there's like over 400 units in the game, although some of that will be variants between different nations. So they said Scotland will have their specific units like the Highlanders, and it'll break up between countries, but there should be a lot of variation.
So there are 18 divisions in total, and there's also a campaign mode. I think 3 separate campaigns that will take 3 of those divisions right through a whole campaign of war. Yeah, you mentioned Scotland. I think Poland are in there.
Yep.
You would probably imagine England and Germany
and the US.
The United States will get at least a passing mention in that. But it looks like they've got some interesting ideas. The developers made Wargame and Ruse and a bunch of other. It's Eugen Systems. They're a Paris-based developer, I think. So they've always had an interesting sort of quasi turn-based thing going on in a lot of their games. And that's about what we know so far.
Yeah, one other interesting thing is that they're not using health bars.
Oh, that's right.
So when you go into combat, say you're attacking a tank with maybe some heavy infantry, to defeat a tank or even another infantry unit, instead of just chipping away at their health you just stand up next to each other and shoot each other in the face for a minute, you have to suppress them and then move in from the side, and they can either surrender or you can just defeat them.
A bit like Total War in that regard, trying to rout units by lowering their morale and then eventually sort of defeating them, chasing after them. So yeah, that's what we know so far. We will be checking back in with you when we hear more. What is up with me today? We hope you enjoyed that info drop so far. For more like this, you can always press that subscribe button just tantalizingly below this video and ring the bell as well. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Give us a thumbs up if you're feeling that way inclined, and we will catch you next time.